Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Hey, what's up you guys? Century Productions here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the PlayArts Kai Robocop figure. So I got this at Big Wow Comic Fest. I got this from one of the dealers in the dealer room. I got a really good price on it. I was actually torn up between this one and the New Age Robocop, the 2014 Robocop, but I just felt I had to go with the 87 Robocop. You know, just to get back to my roots. I love this movie. It was one of the first R-rated movies I ever saw, so I just had to get this guy. Right here we got the box. Now, PlayArts Kai always does a great job with their boxes and their figures. They always give you tons of accessories. Even though the price point is around 60 bucks, you really are getting what you're paying for. So here's the box. We got this really nice picture of Robocop right here, and you can see there's a battle-damaged Detroit behind him, or there's, you know, something going on behind there. You can see the little Omnicorp symbol kind of looming in the back. Of course, we got all the information on here, blah, blah, blah. Really cool. Robocop side profile on the side of the box. Really cool retro Robocop picture on the top of the box. Of course, we got to have a couple warning signs in different languages, because that's really important that everyone who gets hands on this figure has the chance to choke on it. On the bottom, another picture, and then you actually go on the back here, and we got some pictures of the figure, what it looks like, a bunch of Japanese writing down here. For all you guys that took Japanese, if you guys could just go ahead and translate that into the comments, that'd be great. Alright, says right here, over 20 points of articulation, plus de 20 parts de articulation, mehr als 20 Gelenkenparte. So you can see that's probably articulation in German or whatever that is. They need to get a guy that takes better pictures. Those aren't that cool poses. But other than that, let's open the inside of the box. I have taken the Robocop out already. I just couldn't wait. But the Robocop would be right here in case you guys are wondering where he would be. And you can see all of his accessories, as well as me in the background waving. Hey, what's up, guys? So yeah, he's got some accessories in here, like 2 sets of different hands. It comes with the little part where you can have his gun popping out of his hip like he does in the movie. And I do like this this little like silhouette of Detroit, and that kind of just disappears once you fade up. And then of course we've got a really cool picture right here of Robocop, and then of course we've got the bio. So in case you guys wanted to see the bio, pause it right here, and go ahead and pause it right here. So that's the box. So let's get this figure open. I'm going to show you guys all the accessories, and we're gonna have some fun reviewing this guy. All right, let's do this. Alright, so here we got the Robocop out of package, and this figure is awesome! The paint application on this thing really surprised me. It's not something that I saw online when I was actually trying to research the figure and everything, so it really caught me by surprise when I opened this figure up and saw it. Everything's really accessible, and like I said, all the accessories are really cool. I have about 7 or 8 PlayArts Kai figures, and this one is really one of the cooler ones I have. Real quick, before I actually jump into the figure, I know we already went over the packaging, but there's a couple other things I want to show you. First and foremost, we get one of these bases. If you guys own any PlayArts Kai figures, you know about these bases. It seems like they haven't changed these up in a while, and I think it's about time for an upgrade on these bases. They seem very cheaply made, and I'm not like upset or anything. The fact that we get a free base with these figures is just a bonus in my mind. But if I had any advice to PlayArts Kai, if any, it would be to maybe upgrade these bases, even though this kind of looks like the Omnicorp symbol. It's pretty cool. You can see there's like a little PlayArts Kai insignia and everything like that. And it's pretty cool. You can interchange these and everything like that and slip them, make them different positions. A lot of the PlayArts Kai figures I come across, some of them have a really hard time standing, so these actually do come in useful. Unfortunately, the Robocop doesn't really need this one. Inside of the box, this is where you would find the base. This is where you see me. Hey, what's up, guys? But you can see, instead of going with an instruction booklet, they actually just kind of writ it on, you know, they just did everything on the box, which I think is a really cool touch. I know a lot of people don't get rid of the boxes, especially for figures that are kind of pricey, so this is actually kind of a smart way to save paper and keep it all in the box. This is for the display stand, and this is for his hip gun holster right here, which I'm going to go over in just a second here. But I think that was a really cool touch. Good job, PlayArts Kai. You guys are always surprising me, even though they've been doing that for a while, actually. So let's jump to this figure, man. I want to talk about this paint. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see it's super pearlescent, and it looks awesome. It looks like it's actual metal. The sculpting on this, man, the articulation, everything about this figure is just super awesome. I'm really glad I went with this RoboCop as opposed to the new one. Even though I do want to get the new one, obviously I can't say anything about it until I actually get it and review it and everything like that, but I'm really surprised with this one. The range of motion that he has for his hands and for his shoulders is really cool too. You can really get him in some really nice poses. But like I was saying about the paint, you can see that there's this silver with this kind of purple and blue hint inside there, giving it this pearlescent type of look. It just looks really amazing, this paint job. I'm really surprised by it. And that's followed through every piece of silver on this figure, all the way down to the toes, including the helmet. You can see all the little details. This is probably a good time to bring in this light again. You can see all the little details and everything like that. This figure's truly a work of art. It's awesome. I really like this face sculpt too. This face sculpt is awesome. It looks just like Murphy from the RoboCop series. And you can see his gun here. Let's go about the accessories. I'm going to stack RoboCop back up here. I'm going to go through the accessories, and then I'm going to take you guys through how to put the holster on, because it can be a little tricky at first. But this is the gun here. It's a really cool gun. I like how it's sculpted. It's got like some writing on it or something I can't really make out. Oh, it's just like copyright stuff, it looks like. Really cool gun, really awesome. As far as accessories go, it comes with a couple different sets of hands. As you guys can see, he's got the trigger hand right here, and he's got an open palm right here. I was trying to recreate classic RoboCop pose, because it's RoboCop, man. You gotta try to reenact those classic RoboCop poses. It comes with a pair of two closed fists, of course, like any good RoboCop figure should. Comes with the other open hand. That's the pair to that one on his left. And then, of course, he comes with this really cool hand, which if you guys have seen RoboCop, you know he tries to get into stuff with. It's just like a little knife hand, which I think is a really cool touch. They didn't have to include that, but they did. I don't know if I'll ever use it because I'm just too in love with his trigger hand with the gun, but I really like the fact that they threw that in there. And then as far as the other accessories go, here are the pieces that are going to make up the holster coming out of his leg. So let's go ahead and go over that right now. So there is a couple parts of this figure that have these rubber pieces, so it allows the articulation to move around and everything. One of those pieces is this middle piece. Makes sense, so you can move around the leg joints here and everything and not worry about having to scuff this part if it was plastic. Another rubber piece is going to be this piece where you're taking off for the gun holster right here. Now, I had some trouble when I initially opened him trying to get this off. I felt like I was going to break it or something, but no, you're not going to break it. You just kind of give it a little tug, and you're going to pull it right out, and you can see all the details inside of the leg. I mean, they just went all out for this figure. It's even painted different colors and everything. Looks really awesome. So like I said, this is like a rubber plastic piece right here. So I'm going to put him right here. I'm going to zoom in on his leg a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys how you put this holster on. This first part, you're going to start off with this. There's two holes right here, and there's two pegs right here, and you're going to go ahead and just stick those in there right there, and you can kind of see this is where you make out the side of the side leg profile right there. I've got another piece which is going to be the front right here. This has got two pegs as well, so you're going to go ahead and plug those in right here. And if they go, this top one's kind of a biatch to get in, but get those in. Don't want to put them in too far so you don't have too much trouble pulling them out. And then you're going to go ahead and take this piece right here, which is really cool. And there's two more holes, and you're just going to put them in the hole like every man is just supposed to know how to do. And you go ahead. It's a little tricky, like I said. At first, it's kind of hard to judge where to put them in and everything. But voila! There you have the gun holster. Now, it doesn't look like a gun holster, but the minute you pull his gun, just put it right in there like that. And boom, you got the gun holster. This is awesome. I really like having them in this pose. This is a really cool accessory they came with. And to think about the mechanics going into this, that must have took a lot of time and energy trying to figure out how exactly this would work together. So I think they did a great job. It's very easily accessible. I mean, just a great job structurally. I mean, it has no flaws whatsoever. It looks like it's an actual compartment that's opening up, and I think it's just a great accessory. So that's how that works. So let's get him back to his normal form. Real quick, I want to show you guys how you put this back on. A lot of people I've seen have had some worries as to whether or not this is going to stay on, since it is this kind of soft plastic. You kind of just put it on there, and even though it is a soft plastic, it kind of molds itself right back into place, and you can barely even tell that it's removable, which is a really cool accessory in itself. Which I think is super awesome. So let's zoom out and let's go over the articulation of this figure, because that's what you guys want to know. So as far as the head goes, looks down, looks up, huge range of motion. Looks like there's even a piece of articulation at the neck too. So that's really awesome. You have them look all the way down, all the way up, left, right, the whole shebang. Like I was talking about earlier with the shoulders, I really like the range of motion. You can see all the little details thrown within the shoulder. This glossy black paint really makes the silver pop and shine, and together they're just unstoppable as far as a paint job. This is just amazing. I love everything about this figure. This is really worth the 60 bucks. I'm not sure how much it is online, but it'd be worth 85 bucks in my mind. So I would say go out there and shell for it. This is just a really cool figure, and I'm not even done reviewing it. The chest does have some pieces of articulation right here. It's diaphragm joint right here. Good range of motion. Go down into the waist. Like I said, this rubber piece is letting this articulation flow in a really nice, organized way without scuffing any of the parts, because you really don't want to scuff this black paint here, because you kind of ruin it. So I'm glad they went with that rubber piece right there. Oh, totally forgot about the arms I was talking about. See all the details underneath there. It looks like there's a ball joint hidden within there, which allows the arm to go front, back. Has a really nice range of motion. You can have it back here, front there, up. Doesn't go up too far, as you can tell, just because of how wide the shoulders are right there, but it goes down really nicely. Two pieces of articulation at the ball joint right here, as you can see. And then we go down into the wrist, and like I was talking about, really nice range of motion. It's front and back. Rotate the ball joint right there, and you can have them going up and down. See all the little details even thrown into the black. The little sculpting marks on the black you can barely even see. But they still went for it, which is crazy. You can also see, what was that? Omnicorp Police 001, so he's obviously the first one. You can see that's followed on this same side over here. There's actually lots of writing all over him. You can see some writing on the bottom of his leg right here, which is really cool. But we go down into the legs. Thighs have a really nice range of motion. It goes out, in, front, back. You can obviously tell that they're on a ratchet, so you're going to get a little bit of restriction, and sometimes you might even get this rubber piece cut underneath there, but don't worry. You can easily pull it out, and you'll have no problems after that. We go down into the legs, and you can see there's a piece of articulation at the knees, and then you look at these little details, like it's like a little belt that's obviously controlling his leg. I think that's just killer. I think it's just a killer little detail that they threw in there, and you can see that followed on the back over here. And once again, you can see that really shiny pearlescent paint job just follow the figure throughout the entire thing. It's just glorious. Glorious. What a better word than glorious. We go down into the legs, and at the ankle, of course, we've got a piece of articulation which goes up and down. It's on a ball joint. Most of the articulation is run through ball joints, as opposed to a couple of other ones like at the waist and stuff like that. But majority is ball joints, like PlayArts Kai usually does. They do a really good job of hiding it sometimes, so I'm really glad with that. And you can see this little contraption back here, which actually moves. It's a moving part, which when you move the foot upwards, of course that's going to move out, and then when you move it downwards, of course it's going to push itself back in. Now the leg does have an ankle pivot, but you are going to need to be really, really careful with this ankle pivot, because if you aren't, you're going to pull this thing right out of its socket right here. So it's kind of a design flaw, not necessarily though, since this is how the actual RoboCop looked. You just got to be careful. You can see it's almost already starting to come apart, so you just got to be a little careful when you're moving that part. But for the most part, he stands very well. You don't really have to pivot his ankles too much. And of course he's RoboCop, so he's going to be moving like a robot anyway, so you don't really need to get him in these crazy, hips out, ankles pivoted type of poses like that. But Anyways, that's my review on the RoboCop. It's a really sweet figure. I definitely recommend you guys going out there and grabbing one. It's just killer. Killer paint job, killer sculpt, lots of details thrown in, cool accessories. Everything about it's cool. It's Robo cool. Alright guys, this is Century Productions, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.